Alrighty, hello everyone. Welcome to our Meet Your Major webinar event. Tonight, we get to hear from the amazing, spectacular Laura Wilson. Laura is going to be talking about Jake Jabs College of Business and Entrepreneurship. Before we get started, I do want to share two little snippets of information for you. The first, if you're having any technical issues at all, please feel free to contact this number and they will help with any technical issues you are having. The second one would be to please feel free to use the chat for our Q&A. Any questions you have, put it in the chat. We have other admission counselors who'll be able to respond. And if they can't get to it, we will have a Q&A after this session. Other than that, I'm going to hand it over to Laura and she's going to get going.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I am very happy to be here. Just because I just very quickly skipped over it, I just wanted to go over our agenda for the evening. This is what we'll be covering tonight, the JABS mission, our building, the environment that we get to learn in here in the College of Business, getting a business degree, what that looks like as a College of Business student, some of the research and engagement opportunities, as well as resources and student support, and the postgraduate success that we see our students experience. Really, I'm so excited to share with you about the Jake Jabs College of Business and Entrepreneurship. I will be spending some time giving you an overview of the College of Business, really what sets us apart, the opportunities we strive to provide for our students, and really providing some insight into what it's like to study business in Big Sky Country. Before I dive in, I will introduce myself just so you don't feel like you're talking to a stranger here for the next 30 minutes or so. I am an MSU graduate. I was pretty much born to be a Bobcat. I always knew I was going to come to MSU, so I had kind of the luxury of just jumping straight into MSU and Bozeman, but I totally understand what a big task it is making a big decision about where you're going to go to college. So thank you guys for all considering Montana State and the College of Business. But while I was a student at Montana State, I really fell in love with MSU as a whole. I studied art, but my mom always joked that I majored in MSU. I did all kinds of really fun things as a student, and ultimately it led me to a career in higher education, and now as an advisor in the College of Business. And so my job is really to be a resource for our students, and it's really fun. It's fun to connect with students and help them through their degree. So that's enough about me. Let's dive into the College of Business here. So looking at Jake Jabs College of Business and Entrepreneurship and our mission, we are really built upon our mission. We inspire creativity, innovation, and growth. At our core, we are really dedicated to the success of our students. We know that the best way we can support your ambitions is really by fostering research, hands-on experiences, and engaging opportunities outside of the classroom. You're really going to learn how to channel innovation and creativity to build, grow, and manage a sustainable business. We're really all about helping our students become creative problem solvers and critical thinkers, and helping them to grow personally and professionally. Within the College of Business, within JABS, you will find a tight-knit community, really of faculty, staff, and students, with a heavy emphasis on small classes and interactive learning methods. You won't really see that many lectures. We are very interactive. We like to talk it out. One of my favorite examples of that is our business law class. You walk past the classroom and you'll hear some very interactive conversations while students debate different topics. I don't know about you, but like I said, I was an art student. I like to get my hands dirty, and I think that's true for our business students as well. They really like to be creative and innovative as they solve different problems that come up in their classes. One of the important things to note about business schools is accreditation. So accreditation is really what makes your degree worth something. It signals to employers that your program was rigorous and thorough. We held you to high standards while you were learning. JABS is AACSB accredited. AACSB stands for the Association to Advance Collegiate Schools of Business. This accreditation is considered to be the most rigorous accreditation a business college can earn. With the AACSB stamp of approval, we actually sit among the top 5% of business programs worldwide. We are one of 580 schools with this same accreditation. A few other universities in this group, at Stanford, Harvard, Yale, UCLA, you may have heard of them. They're pretty good company to keep if you ask us. One of the things that I like to point out with this too is I mentioned that this is an accreditation that a college earns. This is something that we continually work towards all the time. Nobody gets to be kind of resting on their laurels in the College of Business. We're constantly striving to make sure that our college is up to snuff and continuing to challenge our faculty and our students to be better and to kind of exceed the expectations of their major. Looking at the beautiful Jabs Hall, we are so stinking lucky to have such a beautiful building at the center of our student experience. This is a really open building, both literally, like in terms of light and in terms of fostering the collaboration between our students and our faculty and the members of our community. We like to think it's a building that really welcomes everyone who walks into it. You can see here, this is the building kind of from the outside. We have a stunning view of the Bridgers when you're up on the 4th floor of our building. This is one of my favorite rooms in the building. It's the map room. It has this garage door that rolls up onto the patio so that students can sit out there in warm weather, enjoy a little bit of Montana sunshine. And then right here, you can see our forum, which is all about networking and collaboration. We have about 45,000 square feet, 4 stories. The whole south side of the building is windows, which is amazing. That's where our classrooms are housed. So every single classroom has natural light, which is really nice and energizing when you're in your classes. Our forum is really the focal point. We have a beautiful fireplace. It's one of 2 fireplaces actually in our building, as well as a coffee shop where students can hang out and work on projects and connect with other people. And then one of the amazing things that I love is that this building was really built with intention. It's really flexible, smart spaces available to our students. They're multi-purpose, so you can kind of see in this image here, these are glass walls. These walls actually move along with all of this furniture is on wheels. So we can move it out of the way when we have big recruitment fairs or networking dinners or other events for our students. We can be really kind of smart about that. All of our classrooms have 2 entrances. We know that our faculty like to hang out at the end of class and talk with students. So we have extra wide hallways so that students can exit one door and enter into the other, and conversations can continue after class. So there's some smart details like that that I love that just make it really easy for our students to inhabit this building. It's also available to students all the time. Students can work in there at most hours of the day. So really designed to foster great interactions with staff and faculty. So that is the Jabs building. I should also say that we get the name Jabs, Jake Jabs, College of Business and Entrepreneurship, from a $25 million donation from an alumni of Montana State, Jake Jabs. He gave us $25 million for a building and some different programs for our college. So we felt like it was fair to name the building after him. So you'll hear us refer to the College of Business as Jabs quite often. Moving forward and looking at the areas of study within the College of Business, one of the things that I love about Jabs is that you can study either a little bit or really a lot of business. Here you can see all of our programs outlined. We have 1 degree, the Bachelor of Science in Business, with 4 different areas that you can focus in. We offer 5 minors, so accounting, finance, international business, small business management and entrepreneurship, as well as business administration. The first 4 are available to all majors, including business majors. Business administration is only for non-majors. 2 certificates for non-major students who still want to experience a little bit of business and incorporate that into their degree, as well as 2 master's degrees, a master's of professional accountancy for those interested in accounting, and then a master's in innovation and management Really great for students who are interested in product development, owning their own business, and kind of management skill sets as well. What I really want to focus on today is our Bachelor's of Science in Business. That is really the hallmark of our college, and it's really, I'm sure, what many of you are looking to learn about today. But I'm, of course, happy to entertain questions about all of our programs at the end of the presentation. So like I said, we offer one bachelor's degree. It's a Bachelor's of Science in Business. That's what your diploma will say when you graduate from Montana State. So it's 4 options that you can focus in. Your option represents basically your senior year, and that is when you're going to be really focusing in on one specific area of study. So the marketing, the management, the finance, or the accounting. You can double up on options. So if you are equally interested in marketing and management, you can absolutely do both. We all even see some students who do like 3 options or who'll do 2 options and a minor. It really just depends on what your personal goals are. One of the things that I love about our degree is that it really can be personalized. And one of the ways we do that is through this 48 credits of non-business and non-economics electives courses that are required for our students to take. With those 48 credits, we allow students to incorporate courses that maybe don't seem like they have a lot to do business on its face, but it does maybe relate to that student's personal goals. For example, I have a student who's really interested in opening her own dinner theater upon graduation. And so she is incorporating classes from a hospitality program where she is learning about hospitality. She's learning about how to open up her own restaurant, how to do event management. And so she gets to incorporate those classes into her degree as a whole. Similarly, we might have a student who wants to open or who wants to work in healthcare, and maybe they'll take classes that have to do with healthcare and community health, and they get to personalize that degree in that way as well. Another one of the nice things is that almost all of the classes you take during your first 2 years are the same regardless of your option. So if you're a student who knows you want to study business, but you don't necessarily know, if you want to be management or accounting, the first 2 years are the same. So you can start in those programs and explore your options. And then once you've taken an accounting class and you've taken a management class, you can start to have a more clear picture of what you want to study long term. I think it's also important to recognize that getting a business degree is really about the how and not the what. Our job in giving you a business degree and you earning a business degree is to learn a variety of skills. It's to give you the toolkit. You are going to learn about communication and problem solving and creative thinking, and then you get to apply those skills to different business opportunities, whether it's working for a nonprofit, it's opening your own business, it's working in tech, it's working in fundraising, you want to be a salesperson. There are so many opportunities that you can provide or apply these tools that you're provided with. Keep that in mind. I want to spend a little bit of time breaking down the different options. So first off, marketing. If you love a clever Super Bowl commercial, or you get excited when you can connect with a person like on a common interest, you might really like marketing. A big focus in marketing, you're going to see advertising, digital tools, public relations, communications, brand management, a lot of psychology and statistics happening in marketing. Understanding why people make the decisions they do, whether that's through statistical analysis or focus groups. Our marketing majors use a ton of tools to really understand marketing as a whole and then apply it to real scenarios. One of the things I also love about our college as a whole in the marketing program is our American Marketing Association on campus. It's a top 10 chapter internationally. If you are a student who did like speech and debate or any other kind of like business-based competitions in high school, then you might really like something like American Marketing Association, where they will develop their own business ventures and they get to compete against other chapters from all across the world, where they are going up against each other and really taking the things that they're learning in their classes and applying them to some fun different competitions. And our AMA is actually hosting a big campus-wide digital conference tomorrow because of their success with this program on our campus. Looking at management, I love this analogy, if you love to be the line leader in kindergarten or playing sports is really like your jam, you might really like management. Management students tend to excel as team members and team leaders. They love to motivate others. They are problem solvers, they are innovative. At the core of management, you'll see a lot of interpersonal relationships, personal growth, strategizing all come into play with the management option. Those who can be organized and who like operations are going to like management as well. You can go in so many directions with a management option. I think that is why it's our largest option. It pairs really well as well with our entrepreneurship minor. Over the last 5 years, we've seen our management pool grow by about 20% because we do continue to see so much flexibility with this option, so much success with this option for our students. Looking at accounting, you might like accounting if you're the kind of person who loves to solve puzzles. If you are the person who likes to use different colored pens to take notes in your classes, super organized, you might just have it together enough to be an accountant. Accounting students really are learning the ins and outs of accounting. They focus on how to use technology and information systems to tackle complicated problems. They also work well with others, and they are able to take on careers in both the public and private sector. Oftentimes, we do see our students go from the accounting undergraduate option into our MPAC, the Masters of Professional Accountancy. Our MPAC basically works as a CPA or Certified Professional Accountant prep course, as well as a master's degree. So it adds 1 additional year of study, some of those classes can actually be taken during an undergraduate career and is a great launch pad to a more lucrative and successful accounting career. And then finance. You might be the person when you and your friends go out to dinner, you're the guy who has to figure out the tip. Maybe you really like to network and get to know new people. Finance could be a great option for you. Finance majors learn how to work with businesses really to streamline operations. You're going to be looking at financial planning, investing, problem solving, budgeting. It's a whole lot of money, and it's a whole lot of growing wealth. MSU's program has a really great community banking focus. We work with Montana banks all across the state to give students experiential learning opportunities, but we also see students pursue careers in things like real estate or stock trading, wealth management, lots of opportunities there. I also like to point out our CFA Institute recognition. The CFA Institute is a group of investing and finance professionals who recognize different colleges who have really exceptional finance programs. And we have been recognized by their program as really having the highest standards of ethics and education and professionalism. It's a really great badge of honor for our finance program. Looking at the learning environment, you're probably wondering what it's like to actually be a student in the College of Business. So the College of Business maintains some really small average class sizes of about 30 students. Our classrooms actually don't hold any more than 50 students at a time. So you'll really get to know your fellow students as well as your faculty members. All of our business courses are taught by faculty as well. Thinking about the kind of the classroom experience you'll have, you'll be taking classes where you're working with real clients. When I said experiential learning, I wasn't joking. Our finance students get to invest real money and manage a real portfolio with D.A. Davidson. We have marketing students prep for marketing competitions with graphic designers, graphic design students. Our management students do the Entreprentis project, where students are basically tasked with being entrepreneurs. They come up with a product with $25 in their pocket, and they have to grow with their capital within 3 weeks a full business. and use their profits that then get donated to a nonprofit in town. Our accounting students get to participate in a voluntary income tax assistance program. It's called VITA. Some of them go to Alaska every year to help rural and remote citizens do their taxes. They also provide support to their fellow students here in Bozeman, where they get to kind of do real taxes. I also like to touch on some learning resources and just college resources as well here. As a university, there's no doubt Montana State has a lot of really great resources for our students. Everything from the Student Success Center to our Smarty Cats tutoring, our Career and Internship Center, the Math and Writing Centers, all amazing and all super relevant to business students. We also are fortunate in our college to have some more unique learning resources for our students, starting with my office. I have to toot our own horn here, right? Our students all receive one-on-one and group advising every single semester, at least once, if not twice a semester, making sure that everybody has a ton of support. You're never alone as a business student. We're walking you through your degree and helping you navigate that college experience from day one. We also have our Bracken Business Communications Clinic. They are available for one-on-one support to really help improve our students' communication skills. We know that's key, regardless of whether you're an accountant or whether you are a manager. The way you communicate matters. So the communication clinic will help students with everything from their verbal presentations to how to write a cover letter. They're awesome. We have our free accounting tutors. It's pretty self-explanatory, right? We have tutors who work with all of our accounting students to make sure that they are grasping those basic principles. We have our Blackstone Launchpad, which works as an entrepreneurial incubator, which I love that phrase. Basically, they help assist and support any student who's interested in developing their own business. You can come in with just a nugget of an idea, and they will help you pursue capital. They will help you do your marketing and branding. They will help you get it off the ground. It's a really great kind of think tank to explore and build your own business. We also have 7 different business-oriented clubs right now that are giving our students the opportunity to connect with their peers and really engage in different professional skills, everything from our American Indigenous business leaders to our marketing association, to our business and social impact club, to our international business club. There's tons of opportunities for students to explore there. I know that many of you are probably in your junior year of high school, maybe your senior year, and you're wondering what you can expect and how do you prepare for a business degree. So because our degree is a Bachelor of Science, there is a heavy emphasis on math and quantitative reasoning throughout our curriculum. Basically, you're going to see some numbers coming your way. Students take Survey of Calculus, they take 2 statistics courses and multiple economics courses. If math isn't your thing, if you feel your heart rate going up a little bit right now, that's okay. The College of Business does have plans in place to basically make sure that our students can eventually work up to that math level to progress toward their degree in a timely manner. That being said, if you have the opportunity right now, we do encourage all of our prospective students to take math all 4 years of high school. If you can take AP math, awesome. Saves you a little bit of time in college. That just kind of helps you kind of continue to chip away at some of those requirements. There is also a strong communication emphasis in JAB's curriculum. I mentioned our communications clinic, and there's a reason they exist. All business students take a fundamental communications course, but they also are going to see that skill set continuing to be reinforced throughout a student's curriculum in JABS. So presentations, professional writing, public speaking, even nonverbal communication is going to be emphasized as an important skill set. Additionally, all of our business students take a professional development course that's geared towards building fundamental skills and professionalism, everything from interviewing, writing a resume, how to conduct a successful job search, how to perfect your elevator pitch, all that good stuff. Lastly, we also do require all of our students to be admitted into our college as they head into their upper division courses. This simply means that we're making sure that you're passing all of your lower division courses and so that you're ready for your more rigorous, challenging upper division courses. So it's not a scary process. Just know that our students basically have a checkpoint typically at the end of their sophomore year to make sure that they have a 2.5 GPA, they've completed 60 or more credits, and they have passed all of their pre-business classes with a C- or better. So not scary, not too much. There's no limited seats. You don't have to bribe anybody. We're just making sure, yep, you've got it handled. You're ready to go on to those tougher courses. Additionally, all of us academic advisors, we work with each student to ensure that they are hitting those check marks so that they are continuing to stay on track with their degree. Just a little bit of a look at that first year of classes so that you know what you might be seeing. A business seminar is going to give you basically the rundown of all things business. We will do a professional development course. You'll take at least 1 or 2 economics classes in your first year, as well as a college writing course. You'll get started on that math. And then we want you to take your general education classes as well. MSU calls them core. That is the beginning of personalizing your degree and incorporating kind of other areas of interest with your business degree. Looking at faculty and research, I love this photo. This is Brent Rosso. He is one of our management faculty. He's a really fun guy. Every single class is taught by a faculty member. That's important to note because we don't have any teaching assistants who are stepping into our classes. So faculty members as a whole really love to talk with our students about just about anything. They want to hear about your internship. They want to hear about your dog. They want to hear about how your life is going. They're great people, and we really do strongly encourage our students to talk to their faculty members. And that's probably my biggest piece of advice as an MSU graduate, and really just anybody who's looking at college. Regardless of where you end up, get to know your faculty members. It makes a world of difference. As I mentioned before, our average class size is about 30 students, so you really will see a lot of engagement in our classes, a lot of getting to know your faculty. Many are on a first name basis. It's a small class, it's hard to hide. It's noticed when you're not there, and they really like to see you. We have kind of 2 types of faculty in our college, and this is a little bit unique when it comes to business compared to other majors. We have our academically qualified faculty members. These are individuals who have PhDs. They have gone to school for years and years. They are experts in their field. They are actively researching different projects. We had Amber Raleigh, Professor Amber Raleigh, just was published about 2 months ago. Her most recent research project was studying how women were impacted by the pandemic and their employment and what that has done to the business world. Really impressive research. In addition to having faculty doing research, it translates to student opportunities. Students got to assist her with that research project. And then on the other hand, we have our professionally qualified faculty members. Because business is such a hands-on thing, we do have faculty members who have significant business experience, but maybe they don't have a PhD. Most of them do have their master's degrees, so they do have, again, that really substantial life experience that's backing their business acumen. We have both of these faculty because we believe that you need to have kind of both represented in business. You need to have a practical, experiential influence as well as somebody who knows all of the historical and institutional knowledge that comes along with business as well. Once you head into your junior year, you actually get assigned a faculty advisor. So a faculty advisor works with you to start thinking about the future and your next steps and what you need to do post-graduation. Engagement opportunities, so many opportunities in jobs to connect with faculty, to connect with visiting lecturers, visiting executives. We want all of our students to feel like they're part of the family, so we work really hard to create opportunities for students to network with business professionals. This is just a sampling of some different opportunities. We see professionals come in most recently from Zillow, from Google, from Amazon. A little closer to home, we do dinner with professors. We have college with a dean on a weekly basis. So lots of opportunities to connect with our college here. Internships, this is probably one of the most popular questions I get asked, is what do internships look like? They are a great opportunity within our college and strongly encouraged. So with the Bracken Center, the Bracken Center is really who runs the internship show in the College of Business. So the Bracken Center provides and facilitates student engagement opportunities as well as internship opportunities. So JABS is really the only college on campus, as far as I know, with a staff member who is fully dedicated to providing our students with engagement and internship opportunities. Her job is basically to network with employers and to bring them into recruiting events and to connect students with internship and career opportunities. So it's a really kind of super focused role in our college to make sure that our students do have those experiences available to them. Ultimately, we find that the internship experience is important because it gives you real world experience. It lets you know, okay, I have this management internship. Oh, I actually don't like to be a manager, but I really loved my marketing class last semester, so I'm gonna switch over. It gives you the chance to really feel out what the real world experience is going to be like. We also are seeing this growing trend where internships can very easily flip into full-time positions. I was just speaking with a student today who turned his internship at Opportunity Bank here in Bozeman into a part-time job while he's finishing up his degree, and upon graduation he has a full-time job ready to go in the banking industry. Students can pursue paid, unpaid internships, although we want you to get paid and we'll tell you that that's what you should be pursuing. Internships can be for credit or non-credit. And the reason I mention this is because you have to be an admitted student into JABS. So you remember I mentioned admission earlier. You have to be an admitted student in order to earn credit for an internship. And then those credits count towards upper division option-specific electives, which probably doesn't mean much to you right now, but it will once you're enrolled and you see what that curriculum looks like. Those internships aren't required, but they are encouraged. Students have the chance to do an internship or an elective class relevant to their option. And so, maybe a student really wants to take on an internship, but maybe they really want to take an elective that looks super specific and interesting to them, and that can happen as well. You have options. Study abroad, another really popular question that I get. What kind of study abroad opportunities are available to me as a business student? So many. Business is global. Students are really encouraged to explore their study abroad options. MSU has a really robust program, the most robust in the state actually, over 250 programs, 60 different countries. Unique to the College of Business specifically is a summer faculty-led trip to London. Those students get to explore the birthplace of business. Oftentimes our students will end up going during their sophomore or junior year, but we can make most options happen. If you are a student who's planning ahead, that's great. I love that. Hold on to your electives. You remember way back at the beginning of this presentation, I said you're going to get electives to personalize your degree. Hold on to those. You're going to use them when you go abroad. It's going to give you some great opportunities. Studying abroad also really goes hand in hand with an international business minor. And so international business minors give you the chance to explore international business as a whole, as well as specific classes related to international finance, marketing, and management. And then we also encourage our students to explore a region of the world, and that's where those study abroad opportunities can come into play. Additionally, the National Student Exchange is popular on our campus. It gives you the chance to choose between one of, I think it's over 200 programs right now in the United States and Canada. So maybe you come to MSU and you want to be here full time, but you maybe want to spend a semester studying, something like real estate in New Orleans, or you want to study digital marketing in Hawaii. You have that opportunity at your hand. So that's study abroad. And then post-grad success. what it looks like for our graduates. So we are so proud of our jobs graduates and alumni, and are always excited to see where their future takes them. The major field test for business is one of the ways that we gauge our students' readiness for the real world. It's called the MFTB. It's published by the same organization that does the SAT. So some of you may have just taken that. It's a really widely used test within colleges of business to assess basically the business knowledge and problem solving capabilities that business graduates have. Of the 496 schools that tend to administer the test, MSU students consistently score in the 94th, 95th percentile. Looking at employment opportunities as well, 94% of graduates report employment within 1 year of graduation. I would say the majority of those students are in jobs of their choosing. They're where they want to be. Students go on to work for major corporations, local businesses, some even start their own businesses. Average salaries, a little squishy just because there's such a variety, typically between $40,000 and $50,000 a year. It can really depend on what industry you're headed towards. Some examples of some companies we've seen students head to recently: Boeing, KPMG, Moss Adams, Sims, Zoot, Ike Bailey, the FDIC, lots and lots of banks on the list. Just quite a few companies that we see students kind of getting hired by. I have one student who just, he's an Alaska boy. He just went back to Alaska and has started his own like oyster fishing business. So really cool opportunities there. So really we can't wait to see where you end up. That kind of wraps up my presentation. I hope that gives you a little bit of insight into all of the goodness that Jake Jabs College of Business and Entrepreneurship can offer you. I'm more than happy to take questions if anybody has any. And then, of course, please don't hesitate to reach out as you navigate your college search. I'm more than happy to chat with you. My contact information is there on the screen. You can shoot me an email or give me a call, or even reach out to the admissions folks, and they can help you out as well.
Thank you so much, Laura. We did get quite a few questions. They were sent privately to me. I'm going to try to go over them as quickly as I can and kind of combine some if I can. The first one I want to go into is saying, how do you double major, and what are the most common double majors that you see?
Yeah, good question. So double majoring is a little different than double options. So sometimes we have students do the Bachelor's of Science in Business with, let's say, like an option in accounting and finance. Those are going to be all the same classes until that senior year. So we just try to kind of puzzle piece those classes together. That's a pretty manageable thing that you can do still typically in 4 years, as long as you come in with the right math level. If you're looking to double major, so let's say major in business and sociology, those two programs you do have to kind of piece together. And so we look for classes that overlap, so you're not taking statistics twice. And then the two advisors will work together with the student to kind of piece those programs together. Oftentimes, we do see students maybe taking like an extra semester or some summer classes when you're taking two programs that are really different from one another. At MSU, you can't declare a second major until your sophomore year, but you can always work with your advisor from the very beginning to make sure that you're kind of checking all of the boxes for both programs. So like if you were to meet with me during orientation, we would always have a conversation about your long-term goals, and we would make sure that all of the classes you're taking are going to relate to both programs in the long term. If you are planning to double major from the very beginning, just prioritize, pick probably what you think is maybe your most favorite major, meet with that department, identify as that major during orientation, and then they'll help you connect with that other department down the line. Hope that helps.
Sweet, thank you. The next question involves scholarship. Are there any business-specific scholarships available for students?
Good question. Yes. We are giving out something like $80,000 in scholarships this year to students. Well, the caveat is that most of those scholarships are for continuing students. There's not a lot of scholarships, unfortunately, for our incoming freshmen, just because unfortunately we don't know you yet. And we want to see you come into the college, establish yourself, and really show us your stuff before we start handing out scholarships. And so what you can do to be a competitive scholarship applicant is get involved right away within the college, join a club, get to know your fellow students, and get to know your faculty. They are really the ones who can help you secure scholarship opportunities as you move forward in the College of Business. Our applications open up in November every year, and we make sure to plaster the building with flyers, so you can't miss the deadline, I promise.
Nice. And then the next question, you kind of touched on this earlier with your student involvement, student engagement with clubs. A student is asking if they're in the marketing club, can they still be in pre-business, or do they have to be in marketing to be in that club?
Yeah, great question. Anybody can be in the marketing club. Pre-business students, admitted students, an accounting student can be in marketing club. A psychology student can be in the marketing club. Yeah, they're not exclusive to business students, and they would love to have you.
That is helpful, thank you. And then I think I have time for about 2 more questions. I'm going to ask is it easy to change your major once you're in the program?
Yeah, good question. So all of the classes that you take in your first year, I showed that slide, all of those classes apply to just about every other major in the college for a couple different reasons. For example, that business seminar counts as a university seminar core class. Your math counts towards core, economics counts towards core, writing counts towards core. So basically everything you're doing is a core class, and core classes are applicable to every single major on campus. And so really the only time where I think students maybe have like a little bit of a bummer is like, let's say you're in a major that requires survey of calculus like business, and then you switch to a major like art that requires math for the liberal arts. You might have to take a different math class or something. Like that's really like the only caveat. If you want to change again from a different option in business from management to accounting, you literally just email me and I change it for you. It's super, super easy.
Nice. And then I'm going to ask, this is kind of a twofold question. What support services are there for students to help them find a internship/job? And then another one was, are there any services to prep them for going to get their MBA?
Absolutely. So for the internships and jobs, 2 services on campus. We have our Bracken Center. They organize our Meet the Business Recruiters event. We had about 40 business recruiters come to our most recent event, and that is like all employers who are looking for interns, looking for new employees, looking to network with students. And then in addition to that, there's career and internship services on campus that does like more of a wide scale kind of career path exploration opportunities for students. And then Chelsea Wilson, she's our director of the Bracken Center. She gets contacted almost on a daily basis from employers looking for opportunities for kind of interns. And so as long as you know Chelsea, as long as you're kind of connecting with her and paying attention to her weekly newsletters, you're going to find opportunities. And then I'm sorry, say the question again, prepping for MBAs. Yeah. MBAs, you know, we don't have an MBA program at Montana State. And so oftentimes I see more of my students prepping for like the MPAC, the Masters of Professional Accountancy. The MSIM, that Masters in Innovation and Management, is brand new. It's actually firing up this fall. But the MBA, you can absolutely do a business degree. I think that's helpful. Other majors that might help you prep for an MBA, potentially something like a communications or like English degree, something like psychology or sociology is helpful. And then like wrapping in like a business minor could help you prep for that. And then you can always work with our faculty. Our faculty are more than happy to help you navigate the grad school experience. And then just about everybody in the Office of Student Services is in grad school or has done grad school. And so we can help you navigate that experience as well.
Perfect. Well, we are out of time, but thank you so much, Laura, for spending your evening with us and just sharing all your insight that you have. For everyone else, thank you for tuning in tonight. This webinar was recorded and we will be posting that later this week. If any of you have any further questions for Laura, please take a picture right now of this questions page. Her number, her email is right on there. And if you have any questions for admissions, you could reach out to us at montana.edu/admissions. But other than that, thank you guys and have a great evening. Thanks, Laura.
Thanks, guys. Bye.